with the Arkansas Razorbacks. That's where we're going first. I wouldn't say we're staying alphabetical order, nor are we staying with a team that we believe is going to be the best, but it's a fun one to start off with in my mind. Arkansas, the way that I see it here, Torvik gives them a 16th rating. I really like what's going on with this team. I mean, when you look at the possibilities for Arkansas, I mean, it's just endless in my mind. I think that they have the opportunity to really be a top runner in this conference. I think they can be maybe right now I got them predicted about third, but I also think that they have some other really good potentials to just run with it. I think Musselman has really showed the ability to not only get players in, but really take advantage and leverage of that NIL. Really just make good decisions with his team. He's brought in some really good transfers from Wichita State to Arizona State. We've seen Ricky Council come in, Makai Mitchell, Jalen Graham, really good pieces for Arkansas, Steve.
And now, when we're talking about most programs and most coaches, even the really good ones, if you're starting out the conversation saying between the draft and graduation, 7 guys are gone off of a team that ended Gonzaga's run. Gonzaga very well could have been the national champion. Arkansas knocked him out. Their entire starting 5 is gone. You would say, boy, this is a rebuild. This is a big challenge. All Musselman did was go out and get not only the best recruiting class in school history, the second ranked recruiting class from multiple sources, including Blue Ribbon, and their Blue Ribbon's pretty spot on a lot of the times as far as conference players of the year and recruiting class rankings at the end of the year. So Musselman just has figured it out. And you don't think of Arkansas necessarily as a traditional year in, year out. I mean, Nolan Richardson had some great teams there at Arkansas, but Musselman is putting Arkansas basketball on the map. And it's just amazing what happened. And quite honestly, Nick Smith Jr.
Yes, definitely talk about him.
Yeah, he's probably the best recruit as far as immediate impact of the entire class. And there's a pretty amazing class when you factor in the international players.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty amazing recruiting classes that have come in, for all schools really, in all conferences. But Nick Smith Jr., he is special, and he has shown his McDonald's 5-star recruiting rating. That star has shown a lot of the teams in the SEC went to Europe and played in exhibition tournaments. He looked like he was a 4-year starter. Nothing fazed him. He was distributing the ball well. I think he averaged on the tour 14 points, 3 assists, 2 steals.
Yeah, he is going to be very fun to watch. I am looking forward to watching him play. I mean, there's the opportunity that we probably most likely will see him start at guard. That could be a concern because he's a freshman, young guard, 5-star recruit. Yes, based on where we've seen everyone else. But I mean, come on. I mean, this is one fun player. We're going to see a lot of things. A lot of people think he's going to be the number 1 overall draft pick in the NBA draft. So we're not the only people who are going to be paying attention to this team. I see this team as a team who can easily get the 20 wins and have a +4, +5 win differential in the conference. That's a very good start. And that would probably leave them, I would say probably 3rd or 4th in the conference, which is no eye to bat at. When you look at their schedule, pretty decent to start off with. You do see Louisville in November. However, we're not really sure what we're seeing with Louisville right now. And then they do have Oklahoma in December before they really start digging into SEC play. Their non-conference isn't the easiest, but it is definitely by far not the most difficult. Plenty of time for them to be able to figure out and get guys like Nick Smith on board before they get in the conference play. I like them as a 20-win team, Steve.
Oh, absolutely. And you brought up a valid point about being concerned about Smith maybe starting as a guard as opposed to being, a small forward or a swing guy.
Yeah.
But again, going back to the Musselman recruiting class, there's a Texas high school kid named Anthony Black. that's going to start at the point and started on that European tour for him.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not even a need to think about Nick Smith playing the point, because I think originally when he was recruited, that's what they thought was going to happen. But Black is considered the best point guard recruit in the country.
Right.
So you have a backcourt that literally are arguably the number one recruits at their positions, came in the same class, starting at the same time. I want to see what happens on the front line as well. It's not that they have a bad front line. Trayvon Brazile, who transferred in from Missouri last year, he had a really good tournament. He had a good conference tournament. He had a good NCAA run. So so far in that European tour, it's shown that it wasn't a fluke, that he's ready to step in. But the guy that I'm really, really interested in is a kid named Jordan Walsh. He's another top 25 prospect. He has a 7'3" arm span.
Oof.
So, and he can shoot. So if he's helping not only inside, but also and defensively, all of these young kids, people rave about their defensive awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, if this was the second year of this class and everybody stayed, I might be putting Arkansas as the SEC favorite. I think that inexperience at times, especially in this conference, because it can be a very physical conference, it might wear them down a bit. So potentially that inexperience and having never played at this kind of level, that might keep Arkansas just, in the 16 discussion, just to the second weekend of the tournament. But this is a team. This is a must-watch team. We were talking in our Pac-12 previews of UCLA being a team you want to watch, and Oregon. But this team is going to be right there with them, especially if you love watching the future. I mean, the one and done scenarios creates a different time. But if you're an NBA fan and you're seeing a kid at Arkansas, now you're thinking, if you're a Cavs fan or a Knicks fan, boy, this guy would look great at the point. It would look good on the perimeter. So I'm really high on Arkansas. A year away, but for Musselman to replace all that he lost in one recruiting class, it's almost unprecedented.